Hello. All right, so I was looking through one of my old journals, right? This has been an experience. It's really, this isn't the first journal I picked up today. One of the other ones I was reading, and I was just like, honestly, with both of these, it's just a very interesting experience looking back on experiences when you're in a new place. Like when you're in a different headspace now, and it's just it's like I'm reading these things, and I remember I remember what it feels like. I remember being there. I remember writing these things, and it's just it's almost I don't know if I can describe it as like a maternal feeling, but it's like it's a protective kind of energy. Like, oh, I want to give her a hug. Like, I mean, like, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. Baby, there's nothing wrong with you. Oh man, oh gosh, okay. I'm almost like crying. I don't know why that just, but no, there was like 4 things in here that it stood out. It stood out, and there's just this consistent pattern of feeling alone and feeling misunderstood. Like just no one really knows me, no one really sees me, no one really understands me. And that's, oh gosh, I remember that so clearly, that it's like recently that's something I've really been unpacking, because it was just like, why? Like, what is it about me? What is it that, why did I grow up feeling so different? Why was it that I struggle to connect with peers? Why did like I had this like certain energy when it came to bonds. Like, I really had this strong desire to have like close bonds, right? And it just, I had never felt really reciprocated. And it's, I said recently, it was like I was just living on a completely different wiring or like wavelength or like frequency than a lot of the people around me, humans. Like, I had all these interests, and I was into like really connecting with like characters and stuff, and like in a way characters always felt kind of real to me. They always felt kind of like I'm aware that they're fictional. Like, I mean, when I was really, really young, I don't think I had the awareness that they were fictional. But I, like, as I grew, I was aware that they were fictional. But at the same time, that kind of became my community in a way. Like, I connected to, they felt like friends and family to me. I liked finding things I could see myself in. Humans around me didn't really seem to be into like finding things they could see themselves in. They didn't seem to really be into like any of my random topics of interest that I would be really into for a time. Like past life regression was a big thing for me once. Um, the theory that all time exists at once. I know I didn't really deeply look into that theory, but I thought it was fascinating. Um, go towards like high school era, Myers-Briggs personality types. I was so fascinated with like personality. I loved anything that made me feel seen, that made me feel understood, that made me feel connected. And going back to this journal, I feel like I see why because I had just this feeling of being separate, of being different, of being misunderstood. And so I searched for like these bonds in others and didn't really find it. Even in times, I feel like I convinced myself at certain points that I had found that. I'd be like, I would look at other like journal entries and it'd be like, oh, they just made me feel so understood and so, and I, in hindsight, that is not true. In hindsight, that's not true at all. It's, I felt a sense of validation. This person likes me. This person pays attention to me. And so I don't feel like a weirdo around this person. That's what it was. It's they liked me, they paid attention to me, and so I didn't feel like I was weird, but then it also kind of felt like, but if they really, but would they turn away from me if they knew me? If they knew I was like this, like would they turn away from me? And then it's like, because I was reading and I was just like, what is the like this? What are we talking about here? What is it that you're so afraid of people seeing? And I really think it was just that it's almost a sense of brokenness, that sense of, I think it really was just I wasn't loving myself the way I needed to. I felt like the things that made me different made me flawed. And that's just not true. I felt like I felt like I was flawed because I felt dis like there was a disconnect. There was always something that made me feel just a little bit different than everyone around me. And some of it was that emotionality, that energy of really wanting to connect, and that energy of, well, and that being just a little bit off-putting to people because they're just like I come at them with this enthusiasm to like get to know them, to connect with them, or like expressing that I wanted to connect with them, and they would be like, I would get called weird in response. And it's man, it's an interesting thing because I'm like, I feel like the main things I got called over the course of my life, I was weird and I was boring. So I feel like it carried over for a good long time, and I've been unpacking that. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted to read parts of these and maybe give, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just kind of wanted to read parts of these out loud because I felt like it just felt it. I just felt the need to. So this one, I titled this entry, Misunderstood. Said, there's always a time when you choose to stand alone. Maybe it's because you're thinking or you feel you don't belong. I stand alone because it feels like no one understands me. And most of the time, people don't bother to try. They mark me off as weird when they don't even know me. Standing alone sometimes is just the only way I can escape all the name calling and discrimination and just be myself. I already know I'm different, but is that really a bad thing? People used to say that was what made me unique, but sometimes I'm not so sure that being unique is all it's made out to be. Why can't people just accept me for who I am? And honestly, this is a great segue because I also had an entry I titled Who I Am. Said, people often call me weird or strange, but to tell you the truth, I'm really not. I am different. I'll admit that, but that's just what makes me an individual. But does being an individual really have to make me an outcast? I'm a person just like you. I have goals, I have hobbies, I have feelings. So why is it that so many people judge me without giving me a chance? Aren't we all equal? Aren't we all magnificent in our own way? I accept all that you are, so why can't you accept who I am? I think there really has just been this continued sense, well, this pattern of trying so hard to give love to others, to focus on others. But also not feeling that reciprocation. It's like I approach things with a like kind of an unconditional love kind of a thing. I see you, I accept you for all that you are. But I didn't feel that same energy back. I didn't feel the energy of someone really, really wanting to know me. And I didn't. And I think that took a toll for a while. It was just what's wrong with me? Like, is there something just wrong with me? Is it me? Am I just like not worthy of love? But it's like that's not true. I've always been worthy of love, even when I didn't see it. And that's true for anyone else out there who has felt that sense of, am I just not worthy of love? You are. Oh gosh, you are so worthy of love. And I want you to know that. I really do. You have always been enough. You really have. And this other entry that I think this is the first entry I came across because I did not open this journal and start looking through it from the beginning. I opened up to some of the later pages. And one of these I titled Hiding. And the title stood out because I always kind of had that sense of feeling like I was hiding. And I couldn't really tell you why that is. It really was that sense of I feel misunderstood. I feel like no one understands me, but then at the same time it's like I didn't really feel like I could really be myself around people. And so I felt like I was hiding. Like, and what I wrote here, I was honestly going through something because I said, "What's wrong with me lately? I just can't hide how I'm feeling anymore. I'm alone and I'm sad, but I don't want to be. Why doesn't anyone understand?" If you're reading this right now, I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm not quiet because I'm scared. I don't write for the fun of it. And I'm not as shy as you think. I'm like this because I'm hiding and I don't want anyone to worry about me, but sometimes I need someone to worry about me. I need someone to show me that they really do care about me. I don't want to hide anymore. Oh man, I'm crying. Hold on. Oh gosh, it's just this like I just want to hug younger me and be like, "Baby, you don't need to hide. You're gonna be okay. You don't need to hide anymore." The last thing on here, this was actually a song I wrote, but I don't really remember the melody. Like I remember like the first like I sit here alone, wonder friend why can't seem to get it right. Have this dream in my head, but need support. Through my eyes, it's hard to see. It's hard to tell. I can be myself when this life is holding me. I don't even know if that's the full melody. I think I started off on it and then I lost it as I kept going. But it was like I sit here alone, wondering why I can't seem to get it right. Have this dream in my head, but need support. Through my eyes, it's hard to see, and it's hard to tell. I can be myself when this life is holding me. You don't know what it's like to leave it all behind and not believe in yourself, needing everybody's help. It's a journey I must take, but before it's too late, I must believe and set me free. This is my time to fly. There's love all around us, that's right. But so hard to be free when I live life for all but me. You don't know what it's like to leave it all behind and not believe in yourself, needing everybody's help. It's a journey I must take, but before it's too late, I must believe and set me free. I'm alone and I'm struggling, but I'm strong and I'm proud of it. I'll carry on. But why am I so lost now? You don't know. You don't know what it's like to leave it all behind and not believe in yourself, needing everybody's help. It's a journey I must take, but before it's too late, I must believe. I will believe and set me free. It's such an experience, like looking back at stuff that I wrote, but reading that the last one set me free. It just, there was hope in it, and in multiple entries in this one, I was like, it's there's pain, but there's hope. And so it makes sense why I took on the name Hope back when I had started my singing group in middle school, because this was written around middle school era. It's just an interesting feeling, I guess, being on the other side of this. Let me put this back. Um, it's like it's healing in a way. It's been healing, because it's like I remember, I do, and I'm just like, gosh, I'm just grateful. I'm trying not to cry. No, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to God, because when you're going through it, when you're going through like heartbreak and whatnot, when you're feeling alone, it's hard to see a, like you put in your mind that, like, well, you try to put in your mind that there's like a future, that is not gonna last forever, but it's hard to imagine it because you're in it. But being on the other side of it, when you make it out, whew, oh gosh, it's just praise God. Oh my gosh. Because, oh man, I can honestly look back at my experiences and just be like, honey, the pain's not gonna last forever. You are so worthy of love. And those people who walked out of your life, honey, you don't need to hold on to them, because better is coming. Better is coming, baby. You gotta move them out of your life for a reason. So, yeah, God moved them out of your life for a reason. You just, at the end of the day, it wasn't about them, and it wasn't about you being like unlovable. It wasn't about, no, no. You are never unlovable. You are always enough. You may have been projecting your own potential onto them, but honey, you are always enough. You just needed to learn to see it. You needed to learn to see yourself clearly. You needed to learn to really sit with yourself, understand yourself, and love yourself genuinely for who you are. Because who you are is amazing. Who you are is beautiful. You're complex, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, you don't need to be ashamed of your enthusiasm. You don't need to be ashamed of having emotions. Your sensitivity is a gift. Your ability to recognize and understand yourself and also recognize and see others is a gift. Yeah. My baby's barking downstairs. I'm guessing this is my cue to wrap this up. But for anyone watching this, honestly, thank you for being in this moment with me. I appreciate it. And I hope that anything in this video I hope that if anything I said resonated with you, that you also just get those, like, the message that you have always been enough and you are lovable and worthy of love as you are, and sensitivity is a gift. I hope all of those messages and affirmations also helped you. And if you related to anything else I said, I hope you know you're not alone. So, yeah, thank you for being here with me. I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing week and an amazing life. Thank you. Bye.